Hello everybody, how are you? Are you fine? So everybody, welcome to my channel Chemistry and Concern. Today I am going to discuss about the naming system of organic compounds in the heading of nomenclature of organic compounds. So the nomenclature of organic compounds can be divided into two parts, that is common system and IUPAC system. You can say IUPAC system. So common system, so everybody, there is no any hard and fast rule to named by the common system of nomenclature. Actually, in the earlier days, the volume of organic compounds was so small and it was easy to identify and name to them. So all the name of organic compounds was derived on the basis of their origin or by their usage or the mode of their formation. For example, urea, the name urea was derived because it was found in urine of the animals. Okay, you can find here is the similarity between urea and urine. Similarly, another organic compound, the first member of alkane, the methane. So the name of this methane was derived because it was found in the Mars place. Okay, so we can also call methane is a Mars gas. Similarly, this citric acid, name of citric acid was derived because citric acid was found in citrus plant. CITRUS, citrus, PLANT, plant. So you can see here is a similarity between citric and citrus. So there is no any systematic basis to name the organic compounds. So in another one, we can discuss the IUPAC system. This one be the very important for you. Okay, as a common system is very simple, but IUPAC name or system is very important. So in second one, IUPAC SYSTEM system. So everybody, later on so many organic compounds were discovered, and we can say that nowadays so many organic compounds are available in the market. There are a number of organic compounds around us, so it is difficult to give name to them, and also it is difficult to identify them. So there should be a proper name to each of the organic compounds, and there should be one systematic rules to name each of the organic compounds, and that systematic rules was given by IUPAC system, and it was acted in 1957. Okay, so the full form of IUPAC is International Union of Pure and Applied chemistry. So the full form of IUPAC is the International Union of pure and applied chemistry. So one union which gives the systematic scheme to give the name of each of the organic compounds which are around us. So to know the IUPAC system, we should know the three terms. They are prefix, and the another one is word root, and in number third SUFFIX suffix. Okay, these three terms that we should know about to know the IUPAC system, and it is better to know first word root. So everybody make your heading word ROOT root, word root. So word root is nothing but it is the basic unit of the name of organic compounds. So it is the basic unit of the name of the organic compound. So basic unit of the organic compounds, and word root tells about the number of carbon atom that present in the given organic compounds. So main chain of the given organic compounds. So word root tells about the total number of carbon atom that present in the main, or you can say the principal carbon chain of the given organic compound. So word root gives the information about the total number of carbon atom that present in the main chain of the given organic compounds. Means there may be more than one or two chain in a single carbon atom, but word root gives the information about the total number of carbon atom in the main chain of that organic compound. So to know the word roots, you can draw the another one table here. So right here number of carbon atom, number of carbon atom, and here word root, the number of carbon atom that present in that organic compounds, and similarly word root that we should use. For the C1 we should use meth. Similarly the carbon atom where the two carbon atom is present, then we should use ETH. Similarly for the 3 carbon atom we should use prop. If there is 4 carbon atom, then we should use but, and for the 5 pent, and for the 6 one you should use hex, and for 7 we should use het. HEPT, hept, okay, H. So I want to write here in a capital letter, HEPT, hept. Similarly, for the C8, OCT, oct, and C9, you should use NON, none. Similarly, for the C10, you should use DEC, DEC, and for the C11, on DEC. Similarly, for the 12, do DEC, and for the C13, try DEC, and so on, like this. For the C14, tetradec, for the 15, pentadec, hexa, hepta, and if you reach in the C20, and we should call it is ecoj. So if there is 20 carbon atom in a given organic compound, means 20 carbon atom in a main chain of that given organic compound, then we should use ecoj for the word root. Okay, like this, we should use the word root to give name to the organic compounds, and we should use first prefix and the middle one word root, and there is a suffix. So these three are addition to each other while giving name to the organic compounds. So everybody, our another heading is prefix. Another one, prefix, prefix. So actually what is prefix? So nothing but the parts of the name. Prefix is the part of the name which appears before the word root. So it is the parts of the name which appear before the word root. We should write first prefix and then word root, first prefix and word root and then suffix. So prefix is the part of the name which appear before the word root. So there is two type of prefix. So there are two type of prefix, prefix, prefix. One is primary prefix. So you can write like this, 1 degree is indicate the primary. Similarly, secondary, secondary prefix. Primary prefix and secondary prefix. Secondary is indicated by 2 degree, like this. And everybody, the primary prefix tells about the cyclic structure of the compounds that present in our main chain of the given organic compounds. It describe about the cyclic structure for single cycle, okay, CYCLE. For single cycle we should use just only CYCLO, cyclo. For single cycle, cyclo is used as a prefix. Similarly for double cycle, we should use dicyclo cyclo as a prefix. If there is two cyclic ring structure, then we should use dicyclo as a prefix. Dicyclo something there. Okay. Similarly, this secondary prefix describe about the substituent. It describe about the substituent that present in the main chain of the organic compounds. So substituent are the group of atom or somewhere compound or somewhere hydrocarbons that are branched in the main chain of the organic compounds, that given compound. If there is a branch and there is something atom or the molecules or the compound it attaches with that branch, then that one is called the substituent. So there are so many substituent and their names are reported, and that names are been using in prefix. So the example of substituent can be described by drawing one table here. So everybody write down here. Here is a substituent, substituent, a substituent, or you can say prefix, prefix, or name here, name of prefix. Okay, prefix, prefix. So everybody, in the case of polyfunctional groups, poly means the functional group that are more than 2 in the number. So in the case of polyfunctional group, that functional groups taken as a prefix, that functional group considered as a substituent, that substituent are considered as a prefix. Okay. In number 1, let us suppose, okay, if the R is branched in a main chain of the given organic compound, then we should use alkyl as a prefix. Similarly, if there is CH3 groups is present, then methyl, the name methyl should be used as a prefix. Similarly, for the ethyl one, C2H5, this one is ethyl. Similarly, if there is OCH3, you should use methoxy for OCH3. Similarly, OC2H5, you should use ethoxy, like this. Similarly, if there is a NO2 group is branched in given organic compounds, then we should write nitro as a prefix for the NO2 one. Similarly, NO, this one is the nitrosho, okay, nitrosho. Similarly, for the two nitrogen like this attached with each other, this one is the diazate, O-azo, diazo. Similarly, if there is NH2 groups, then we should use amino here, okay, amino for the NH2 one. Similarly, if there is X, means fluorine, chlorine, bromine or iodine, These are the halogen family. If the chlorine, bromine and iodine is present as a branch, then we should use halo, HALO. These all the family are indicated by X. So if for the chlorine, we should use CHLORO, chloro, and for the bromine, bromo, and for the iodine, iodo, like this. And if there is a CN group present as a branch, then we should use CYANO, cyano. Okay, for this one, like this. This one is isocyano, so etc. Okay, these are the very simple example of the substituent, or you can say the prefix, and this one are the name of the corresponding substituent. So these substituent may be present in a given organic compound. So we should start the name of that compounds. If there is a nitro NO2 group, then we should use a nitro while giving the name of that particular organic compounds. So everybody, this is all about the prefix. I think you feel very simple one. If you need this one, you can copy in your note copy. So the last one is suffix. So suffix is also the part of the name which appears after the word root. So it is the part of the name which appear after the word root. So everybody, suffix, it is the part of the name which appears after the word root. So suffix is also the part of the name. These are of two types. Okay, these are of two types. In the first one, primary suffix, SUFFIX suffix, you can indicate by 1 degree, and another one is secondary, SECONDARY secondary, SUFFIX suffix, secondary suffix, primary suffix and secondary suffix. So primary suffix gives the information about the saturation of the organic compounds, whether that compound is saturated or unsaturated. So it described about the saturation, SATURATION, saturation of the organic compound. So if that compound is saturated, then we should use ANE suffix. For SATURATED, saturated compound, ANE is used as suffix. Similarly, for unsaturated compound, compounds, ENE or YNE are used as a suffix. So ENE is used for double bonded, and YNE is used for the triple bonded compounds. This one is for the triple bond, and this one is for the double bonded organic compounds, and this one for the single one. So for the alkane, for the alkene, and for the alkyne. So primary prefix describe about the saturation of the organic compounds, whether that compound is saturated or not, saturated or unsaturated. Similarly, secondary suffix, here you write 2 degree. So secondary suffix describe DESCRIBED, describe about a BOUT, about the functional, FUNCTION, functional, okay, here functional, FUNCTIONL, functional group. So it describe about the functional group that present in that organic compounds. So there are so many functional groups which may attach with the given organic compounds, and that functional group has their own name. Let's discuss about that one by the table. Okay, so you can write here functional, FUNCTION, functional group, here functional group, and you can write here suffix, 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 name of suffix USED used, and similarly you can write here corresponding family. Okay, here better to write name of suffix. Okay, no problem. Name of suffix, name of suffix. It is better to understand for you, name of suffix. So if there is OH, the name of this is a hydroxy, but we should use OL for the OH as a suffix, and this comes under the alcohol family, alcohols family. Okay, all the alcohols contain OH, at least one OH groups, and there should be used OL for the OH containing organic compounds. Similarly, if there is C double bond OH, okay, have you seen clearly here, C double bond OH, we should use AL for this type of functional group, and this comes under aldehydes. Similarly, this one, whether if there is R in the both side, alkyl group, here is R and here is also R, if then that compound would be the ketones, then we should use ONE suffix for the ketones. So this carbonyl, carbon containing organic compounds comes under the ketones. Similarly, if there is this type of functional group, here is alkyl groups and oxygen, and here is carbonyl carbon, then you should use alkyl OATE, alkyloate, methyl methanoate, ethyl ethanoate, and so on. I will discuss this one while giving the name of this proper compound in ester. Okay, these are ester, comes under ester. Similarly, for the CN group, like this CN group, we should use nitrogen. These are the CYANIDS cyanide. Similarly, like this this type of compound, we should use isonitrile, ISO-CYANIDES. This type of organic compounds which contains like this N3 here comes under isocyanide, and their suffix use is isonitrile. Similarly, if there is like this, here like this one is OL, CHLORIDE, chloride. OL chloride should be used for this type of the functional group, and this comes under acid CHLORIDE chloride, acid chloride. Similarly, for this type of compound C double bond O NH2, we should use AMIDE, amide. For the acid amide comes under acid amide. So there are other functional groups that we should study, but we will discuss the other functional group while giving the name of that particular organic compounds. So this is a simple description about the functional group, suffix, and the corresponding family. So for the OH, we should use OL suffix, and they comes under the alcohols. Similarly, for this one, these are comes under the aldehydes, and we should use AL, ONE. For the keto one, similarly, alkyl weight, ethyl ethanoate, methyl ethanoate, which comes under the ester. So we will discuss this whole one while giving name to the given organic compounds. Okay, so we will discuss later also. So only for this description for the suffix. Now everybody, look at here. So first of all, we should write prefix, and then we should use word root, then we should use suffix. So we should use first prefix and then word root, then suffix while giving name to the given organic compounds. So there is a two type of prefix, 1 degree, 2 degree, and this one is also 1 degree and 2 degree. So 1 degree gives about CYCLIC cyclic or RNG ring ring compounds. Similarly, this gives about, this 2 degree prefix gives the information about substituent present. Similarly, this 1 degree gives the saturation, SATURATION, saturation of the given organic compound. Similarly, this one gives the information about functional, FUNCTIONL, functional group that present. Let us suppose, so this is the very simple scheme to write the name. by IUPAC system to the given organic compounds. For the example, let us suppose, for example, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's suppose here is a chlorine and here is a methyl group like this, and here is a hydrogen atom to fulfill the 4 bond of this carbon atom. So everybody, I think you all know about the bond of carbon. Carbon can form 4 covalent bond. It is a covalent element. So you can say here 1, 2, 3, 4 for this carbon atom. Similarly 1 and 3. Here is 1, and with hydrogen there are 4 bond. So this is the one example of the organic compounds. So how we give name to this compound by using IUPAC system? First of all, we should give the number like this, 1, 2, 3. There is a system to give name. We will discuss the naming rules in the another video. So we should write here number 2 here for the locant of this functional group 2, and this functional group should be read like this, CHLORO, chloro. This one is the prefix, chloro is the prefix, and we should use suffix here, chloro, and for the word root there is meth, eth, and pro. For the 3 carbon atoms, and for the saturation one we should use ANE because there is a single bond between carbon and carbon. This is the simple scheme to give the name of each of the given organic compounds, but there is some other important rules that we should discuss about. So we will discuss in the another video. I think this video is going too long. So everybody, only this much for today. If you like this video, please share to your friend, to subscribe and press the bell icon so all the notification will come to you. For this video, thank you all. So all the best. Thank you.